What's going on, everybody? It's your entrepreneur's favorite entrepreneur, Deanna from DeannaDiaz.com. And today I'm going to talk to you about how to stay focused in 2020 and beyond. So if you want to know those productivity hacks, keep on watching. Let's go ahead and jump straight into it. Number one is visualize your end goal. Nothing feels better than knowing that you have completed something and put your blood, sweat, and tears into it. So when you visualize your end goal, whatever that may be, whatever you're working on, visualize how it's going to make you feel, how you look, how you even smell. What reward are you going to give yourself after completing such goal? Because, we all do things for some type of award or reward rather. So what does that look like for you and how does it make you feel? And then you can actually work off of those emotions. Step number 2, this is going to be a really hard one for a lot of people, especially the millennials, myself included, is to put your phone on Do Not Disturb. Turn your phone off. Turn it on airplane mode, or for you mommies and caregivers who are worried about if you may receive a call for an emergency and things like that, do not disturb. I love do not disturb. I even use it when I go to bed at night. Now, if you're still worried about that, if you want to put your phone on do not disturb, there is a setting. I know it's definitely on iPhones. It may be on Android as well. What you can do is you can set people in your favorites, so the important people that need to call can get through when you do something. Or what you can do is have your settings to where if they call twice back to back, or if they text back to back twice, then it will send a notification to your phone and you will not miss those important messages, whatever they may be to you. Tip number 3 is take advantage of a working to-do list. I will have a template of a working to-do list if you like to do things the old-fashioned way, pen and paper. So what you can do is you can create a to-do list, in which normally what I would do, I would make a to-do list the night before or the morning of, depending on what I have to do throughout the day. So usually, realistically, I am making a to-do list first thing in the morning. I think the first thing in the morning for me is the best time for me to write a to-do list. For you, that may be in the afternoon or before you go to bed, whatever the case may be. But I like to do my list first thing in the morning, especially depending on what I have to do throughout that day. The best way to break down your to-do list is to take that one task and then make subtasks underneath that task, especially if it's a big project. I know that probably sounds a little bit much, but it's definitely easier when you're looking at the big picture rather than a couple bullets to go off of. So that's how I do a working to-do list. And you can also do this digitally. There's a lot of different apps out there. I'll try to link some below of the ones that I know of. My next tip for you is the 45-15 rule. All this means is that you work for 45 minutes and then you take a 15-minute break. During this time, you can stretch, you can drink water, get a little snack, get some things and materials that you need for your project or whatever you're working on at the time, and just reset your mind a little bit. Every time you take a little break, you kind of reset yourself a little bit and it helps you feel better. So when you get back to working, it makes you work more diligently and you stay more focused. The 5th tip that I have for staying focused is coming back to the present. A lot of times we daydream and we just can't help it. Sometimes we dream about the future. We think about what happened that day. We think about what that sandwich is going to taste like when we take our 15-minute break. There's a lot of things that our mind just go ahead and drift off of, especially if what we're doing seems a little repetitive and a little boring, but it needs to be done. So my trick for this is to take either some type of can with something in it. Normally I always keep a water bottle near me. So when I find myself drifting off, I try to snap back out of it and then I shake a water bottle, because when I hear a noise immediately, it snaps me back to the present of what's going on. Sometimes I daydream real hard. I be thinking about a lot of different things. My mind races a million miles a minute. So when I try to bring it back, I do. And that helps me come back to the present. I know that may seem kind of Strange, but trust me, it works. I used to do this in my car when I daydream because I drive long hours sometimes. I do a lot of driving. I don't like to fly out like that. So when I find myself daydreaming, really bad, and I used to have a can of nuts, so I just shake the nuts. Peanuts, by the way. They're really good, unsalted. And it helps bring me back to the present moment. So try that. Get some little Moroccans and try that so you can stay in the present, and that helps you stay a little bit more focused. All right, my next tip is the 10X rule. I got this rule from Jeff Cardone's book, The 10X Rule. Basically, in this book, you are doing what you would normally do, but you're doing it 10 times as much. You're going 10 times as hard as you would be doing if you was doing that regular task. That means taking it above and beyond. So if you're going to write a blog, you may take that time to write 5 different blogs. If you're going to record a video, you may take that time to record 5 different videos or 10 different videos, things like that. Visualizing your end goal like we did in step number 1, and then going 10 times as hard. So if you're really going hard with something, what are you ultimately doing? You're focusing on that. But if you haven't read that book yet, I highly recommend it. I have it on audiobook, so I do it when I'm running and things like that, or if I'm doing something that's a real easy task and I have it playing in the background. So the 10X rule. So if you like those productivity tips on staying focused, if you have any you want to share with me, go ahead and leave all that information down in the comments below. Let me know how you feel and think about those. I would really like to know your opinion. Also, don't forget that you can join my Mind Your Business Facebook group. It is a free group. What I do, I go on there and I talk about business from the rooter to the tutor, all right? It doesn't matter your level of business. You can come on there and share your expertise. I do a live every Thursday explaining the topic that I'm talking about for the week. This week's topic is on marketing, so I'm actually going to do a run through on the marketing cycle and how to do video marketing. Whether it's for a product or a service, that's what I'm going to discuss. So don't miss future discussions and a chance to connect with different minds that are on a level of greatness, that are trying to reach their ideal lifestyle. So if you want to know more about that, the Mind Your Business link is down below. And as always, don't forget to connect with me on all social medias. All my links are in the description bar below. And let me know what you think. Make sure you hit up my website. I got some free resources and other templates and things like that on my website specifically for entrepreneurs. That's DeannaDiaz.com. Until next time, D Nation.